So what the future of the workforce looks like is going to be very surprising.
Since the invention of the printing press, we've been wondering which technology is going to swallow and destroy all of the others. So the printing press came in, and then we had radio, and radio would destroy print, but it didn't. And then television would destroy radio, but it didn't. And then the internet would destroy them all, and it didn't.
A few hundred years ago, almost everyone was a farmer. And then as we developed more agricultural technology, whole new industries popped up, and people always found things to do with themselves.
The way education and degrees work are changing. We know Gen Zs want a gig economy. They don't want to be stuck in a job for 10, 20 years. They'll happily work for a year somewhere and move on to do something new and exciting. And how AI plays a role in that transformation for students is going to be one to watch in education.
Universities are really going to have to reassess the way that they're assessing students' learning. I think the age of us saying you have to write a paper and us just assessing that piece, that artifact, as this is your mark based on this one piece, that's going to go by the wayside.
Really passionate about the idea that we can have one-on-one AI tutors that know everything about how we learn, that know how we like to learn, and can present us information in a way that we understand and can absorb.
What's within the computer and outside of the computer will blur so much that you can no longer produce work just for the screen.
There will be many, many more artists who are doing incredibly inventive and fascinating and clever things with AI that will actually get us to understand what its capacities are better. Because so often that's what art does, that's what culture does, is actually shine a light on something by doing something maybe slightly opposite to its original intention, and I think that's how we're going to find out a whole lot more.
70% of programmers are using artificial intelligence to help them write code. It is making them more productive, it is making them happier with the code that they produce, and it's allowing them to tackle bigger projects.
There are some incredible tools that a lot of our researchers are using that bring out incredible statistics and data sets that we would potentially not have been able to consider 18 months ago.
5 years from now, AI will not be a concept, it will be dominant. This generation of students has a great ability to learn how to work much, much smarter than people working today.
I think it'll just be like us buying a car. There'll be different platforms that you can access AI on. It will be integrated in every device that you have.
This is what will drive industry in the future. So we want to ensure that students come to the university, learn these skills, and can enter the workforce, the future workforce, which will be powered by artificial intelligence.
Things like leadership, management, communication, and customer service are the top 4 critical skills, also known as soft skills, that industry expects students to have.
AI has the potential in my field to help deal with problems that humans can't do alone. We're talking about the management and processing of data at such quantum that humans can't do it without the use of technology like AI.
It is so hard to predict, but I think artificial intelligence will have completely changed the shape of education. I suspect in 10 years we will look back and think the idea of having a single lecturer or a single teacher in a classroom of 30 students will be something of the past, and that the way that we learn will be much more individualised, much more personalised, and allow lecturers and professors to focus on group activities and the social environment of learning.